Alright, this is day 2 on Rosie. Now don't think this brake job takes 2 days. It can. You know, I always say when people are like, well, how long will it take? That's a great question. Typical brake job on this truck, hour per side, and that's taking your time. Could take you less, could take you more. You just don't know what you're going to get into. Like the passenger side, as you're going to see today, this video is probably going to turn into how to repair a down wheel bearing also. So we'll just see. You just gotta come in with an open mind and keep moving forward with it. I'll give you, man, look at all them shiny parts. I did go ahead and get the brake snake here replumbed in. This A premium brake stuff, I'm a fan. You know, it's not necessarily always a bad thing if you don't get name brand parts, because look, there's only so many manufacturers, so many plants in the world that make casings and parts. You just look, read the reviews, try to get good stuff, but you don't have to spend, you know, $300-400 at the parts store when you can get the same or sometimes better stuff online for a lot cheaper. And most of the time now, parts stores aren't even carrying parts for these older rigs, so we got to keep them alive. So this sounds pretty much good. I'm very happy with it. Probably gonna go ahead and put the wheel back on. I'm happy with this wheel bearing. Let's just drag on them pads you hear, but we checked yesterday with the wheel. Happy. Pretty good feeling with that. So we'll put this wheel back on and then move to the next side. There's Captain Jack, my ocean manager here, making sure I'm safe and, you know, following the rules and regulations of my shop here. So, yep. Armor Tech 3. These have been some good tires. Alright, time for the passenger princess side. This side's more important. Keep them clean. I'm going to put them in my dirty parts formula bucket. I love impacts, but be careful with impacts though. Always retorque your bolts, especially your lug nuts. It's about the only thing you'll see me torque, because having a wheel come off is, I wouldn't call it the best thing ever. Definitely wake you up. Put you right here. Yep. All right. Oh yeah. This bearing is not happy. See how it just roars and rolls without any resistance? I'm hoping just repack these bearings. It's probably not going to be that easy. And we'll tear all the brake stuff down and then pull this hub out. I've been in here before, so I can't blame the last guy because it's me. Go figure. Start with the hard part. I think this was a 3/8 hard line fitting, maybe. Feels like a 3/8. He gets in me, baby. Three-eighths wrench. She's tight back here. You gotta come off though. Either way, you're coming off. I prefer it be the easy way. Somebody's definitely been on this one before. Clip's gone and this flare nut is boogered up. This one's gonna be fun. Well, at least we got some wind here to work. Sometimes if your flare nut connection to your hose is bad, if you've got some slack, you can put a locking plier on the flare nut and actually turn the hose side. I may try that. I got a wrench. I probably don't. Got these though. I had a little heat I could use. Gotta grab a tool. Alright, got the brake hose off from the brake line. This one was a little bit harder. Someone put the force of God on that connection, which I'm not mad about. Now we keep moving forward. This caliper off. These guide bolts on here, I think are 9/16. Yeah. Nope. A 1/2 inch. At least it's not 1,000,000,000 degrees yet, even though I'm already soaked and I've been out here 15 minutes. If you don't have one of these, I would recommend it. This one definitely smells more worn out. I think this side will stick in just a little bit. Yep, those are worn out brakes. Still a really good design though. I could drink a beer with whoever came up with this design, and that's a fact. Now I can address this roaring wheel bearing. Why are you roaring? Why can't you just be like your other friend over there? It's difficult. Please don't be a smoke spindle. My luck. Now I gotta get some Torx bits, pop this locking 4-wheel drive cover mechanism off, and there's a bunch of lock nuts and clips and all kinds of fun stuff, but we gotta do it. That's enough. Alright, first step, I get this locking hub actuator out of here. It's like some type of Torx or hex bit flavor. You gotta be careful with these little dudes. They'll snap on you in a heartbeat. So I probably wouldn't recommend using a drill like I'm about to. Just take it slow. They're on the low setting. Need a sweat wet rag. I looked around, I don't have any wheel bearing grease. So I'm pretty sure I do somewhere in the 5 billion totes I've got. The shop's coming. Did I get all of them out? Good. All right. Are you sure? Gentle persuasion. Come on, don't be afraid. It's not gonna hurt. Okay. Still looks good. Little clip in here which you really need. I don't remember what it's called. Takes clips off. You can get it with a pick or some flatheads, just be careful. You gotta come out too? I don't think you do. There it is. Okay, didn't mean to take it down that far, but here we are. Now can you come out? One of you just said use the screws, put them back in there using those handles. That is a good idea. Probably done this a half dozen times, but memory's not so good anymore. Oh yeah, forgot about that little clip. Need my picks. Got my handy dandy little picks. I forgot there is this outer retaining ring that you have to get off. Gotta find where it starts. I think that's it. you up there. Well, come on. Little buddy. There you are. That was easy. I'll have to rebuild this actuator here. Don't feel too bad. That does. I don't have my tool for this anymore. Little spanner wrench. Maybe I need to go get one. What if two small flatheads? Oh, yeah, I need a car lift. Why is it when you need a flathead, all you can find are Phillips and literally everything else? But when you need a Phillips, all you can find is flathead and everything else. Does anybody else have that problem? It's probably just me. I wish I could see what I'm doing here. go. Not the right way to do it, but here we are. Grease in here is black. Doesn't smell the best. That looks good. Now we pull this rotor off and see what we can see. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. I'm glad I caught this so seriously because this stuff can be no fun. Whoa. Very quick or something? I'm doing surgery in here. Finger clip. That looks chewed up. Probably not good. Oh. Another nut in here. Don't remember that. Interesting. Very interesting. I think one is preload and the other one is the lock nut. I'll have to lay down for something here. See what I'm doing. There we go. He's getting this now. I'll tell you one thing, this grease, it's like forbidden chocolate pudding. Just another easy brake project. Whew, this is a shoulder workout. It helps if you buy the right tools, and in my case, if you can find the right tools. Because I know I have the right tools. Just never find them. There we go. She free. Okay. Nope, that does not look good. Off nut. Inner bearing. Seems like lots of play. Sorry, spotter, you are evicted. I have to clean some of this up to really see what's going on. Oh yeah. We gotta race this down. I suspect is it probably got some trash. It got some trash in it, and it did its thing. Oof. That one is, she is shot. Shall I sit you? Shot. You're gonna have to come off. I'm sorry. Here maybe. How are you looking, Simba? So far, not too bad. sometimes when these bearings get bad, the heat causes them to stick on here a little bit. I'm just going to try to manipulate it ever so slightly. It's still good. The seal probably is still good though. We'll save it at least for reference. Just want to get a look at this window. You can tell by the metal shavings behind the bearing that it was about time. Spindle is not terrible. There's a couple small things, but I don't think it could be an issue. We can work with that. Whew, sweat though we cannot work with. All right. So y'all, what I'm talking about here. So spindle's not perfect. It's got some nicks, but I'm not super worried about that. I've actually got an extra spindle, but I think I'm gonna save on it. You can see along this ridge here, if it'll focus, there's a ring that looks like maybe some trash had got in there. Once that happens, it's over. So I'm gonna run to town, get some bearings, some wheel bearing grease, and brake cleaner. Should be able to slap this little girl back together. Right, I'm back from the park store. Got some goodies, got some new wheel bearings, races, got some lunch, a couple of adult beverages. I'm ready to get back at this. I'm gonna pop the races out of this rotor hub assembly so I can put the fresh ones in, because these are shot. I think I'm just gonna use a flathead screwdriver and a hammer to get these out. Should be fine. They probably make a special. Neighbor's dog. Alright, got the outer race out. I'm gonna flip this thing over. Hammer out the inner. The one that's not doing so good. She's in there. Whew, it is hot. I need a sweat assistant. Just kind of want to go around the circumference and tap it, break it free. This one's probably got a little bit of warpage. It's moving though. Victory. Decided to put a punch, make a handle, and I mean just take your anger out on it. I got it out. I want to just clean it up a little bit. Yeah. This one was definitely chewing on some garbage. I'm surprised I didn't hear that driving down the road. Goodbye. So now I'm gonna get this cleaned up with like 16 cans of brake cleaner, and hopefully the new race will fit in here without any issues. I'm gonna do reassembly. Show you my little workspace over here. And I got my rotor stand using some brake cleaner, and what I'm wanting to do is just break down all this old grease and stuff we don't want in here. And come wipe it down and keep doing that until I get her nice and clean and ready for the new goodies. So most of your new roller bearings will come, of course, with the roller. See how nice that one is? It's way tighter than the other one. In this race, I'm gonna have to drive back into its new home. They make kits for it. I don't have one, so I'm just gonna lightly tap around the perimeter of it, fully seat it into this lip, and that should take care of that issue. Alrighty. After going caveman with that piece of wood and that hammer, I got the races seated. Recommendation to myself and to you all is to get that nice little kit. It's a bearing installation kit. It's got these nice little cups that sit perfectly on the edge of the race. You can hammer them down. I use the old bearings in a pinch and then put a piece of wood. Make sure you got it square and just, give her hell, but not the best way. You leave light impressions on the race. This one is astronomically better than the one I pulled out, but still not the best job. So it just goes to show, having the right tools and have a better outcome. So now that I got these done, and pack these bearings and throw this thing back together, hopefully. All right, got these bearings nice and packed with all that good looking grease there, good high temp stuff. I didn't show you packing it because the job, I can't wait till I get a shop. I'll settle for a fan, and then we got to be air cooled, but it's a messy job. There's a couple different ways to do it, but really all you do, you can put a little grease in your palm and just hit the bearing on the palm here until you see on both that grease is basically submerged in between each roller. And then just give her a nice little dip in the bath there and throw them back in. I'm gonna clean up this wheel seal because I think I can reuse it. Part store didn't have it, obviously. Go figure. Why would they keep all the parts to do the job right? So I'm gonna clean that up, try to get this hub assembly back on the spindle. Now comes the fun part, seeing if this thing rotates after all that work. I like to put a little bit of grease on the spindle. As you slide the rotor hub assembly with bearings on there, you're going to lose a little bit of grease. I just like to lube it up a little bit. You don't want to go crazy with the grease because if too much, it will find a way out. Then it'll be all over your nice shiny wheels, all over everything. I feel a little burr, that may be a problem, but we're just going to act like that'll be fine. Dirty. So I got my inner bearing in here with the seal on to hold it. I'm gonna leave the outer bearing out until I seat the hub, then I'll slide that on. I'm thinking that'll be just a little bit easier. Gentle here. Will be an issue. Oh, you booger. Yeah. This is gonna get fun. There's a hammer when you need one. Okay, after some persuasion, I finally got that bearing to fit over the spindle here. So that spindle was pretty chewed up. I mean, it wasn't terrible, not worth replacing. So I had to use a cutoff wheel with this. It may look like a normal nylon brush, but this is actually a spindle machining tool. It's a very precise instrument in the right hands. So basically I took some material off and got that bearing to fit good. And for having spent beating on it for an hour and grinding, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's good. I put it just a hair extra preload on it just to cinch everything up really well, but it feels about right. Once I get the wheel on there, it'll spin better, but I feel good about that. There's no play. The bearing's good. I got the 4-drive actuator clean, put back together. That went well. So now we can get back to putting all the stuff that goes here and does the thing over here. Get all this grime, sweat, and grease off of here, and hopefully get this wrapped up before the rain. It's supposed to rain, but we'll see. Don't give up. If something fights you, don't let it win. It may take you a day, it may take you a week, but this is why projects sit. Don't let something get you down, beat you down. Take a break, cool down, get you something to drink, think about it, move forward. This isn't the perfect solution. I would say it's like 92% good, and that's way more than I need. And just like that, the passenger princess side is complete. So now for bleeding. I know these are 3/8, so I got my wrench ready. I'm gonna go up in the cab, or excuse me, under the hood or bonnet for any British car enthusiasts watching, and break the fittings from the master cylinder loose, because I'm going to bleed the master cylinder real quick while I'm at it. If I can talk my wife into coming out here, pumping on the pedal. We got all 4 corners bled. One thing I like to do is go ahead and make sure all the bleeders are loose, all 4 sides. So when you get somebody out here, if you're lucky enough to have somebody out here with you, it goes quicker. Because let me tell you, you snap a bleeder off in that back wheel cylinder, and this brake job ain't gonna be done yet, believe you me. All right, so that's gonna wrap up part 2 of Rosie's front brake job. Now stay tuned. There's gonna be a part 3 where I'm gonna show you how to bleed the brakes by yourself. We're gonna see if that method works. I've never done it, but stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you for watching.